We are going to close out today with a presentation of the Faith for Earth Coalition, which is the key outcome of this conference. This presentation will be brought to us by Dr. Iyad Abumoghli, the founder and director of the Faith for Earth Initiative and the lead principal advisor on engaging with faith-based organizations at UNEP. Iyad?
Thank you, Liliani. And I cannot say that I'm only inspired, but I'm overwhelmed with your support and with the wise words that I have heard today, and of course, yesterday. This is a testimony that what we are doing is actually in the right direction. So I will ask my colleagues in Iceland to show my presentation. So again, I have technical problems that I cannot share it directly. Right, so if we skip the title page and go to the second page, and what you have mentioned and what has already been demonstrated, that we are in unprecedented times. We are facing unprecedented challenges, but that requires unprecedented responses. And the responses that we are talking about are responses by faith communities and faith leaders and the international community believing in the role of the spiritual and moral responsibility of everyone. Now, the second slide talks about how this has been reflected not only by us, the scientists or the theologians, but at the global level by the highest UN authority. One of the meetings on security discussed the issues of climate change, and they said, and they have eloquently mentioned that not nuclear weapons nor conflicts, nothing else is more dangerous than what we are facing in terms of climate change and biodiversity extension. The Secretary General of the UN last March, dealing with COVID-19, he said this is a crisis unlike any crisis since the establishment of the UN 75 years ago. The following slide is a demonstration of where we are. We have gone through development, industrialization, and so on. And we are currently facing or dealing with the fourth industrial revolution, which is the cyber systems, where the internet will somehow control everything that we do. But is that really the revolution that we are looking for? Or is it a behavioral revolution that we want to do and to make and have the people inspired by their own spiritual beliefs? And this is important because we are facing tremendous challenges in the implementation of the SDGs. More than 30% of the SDGs will not be achieved by 2030. Many indicators do not still have systems in place to measure them. So we need an accelerated approach. We need to scale up all of our efforts. But more importantly, we need an ethical approach to do so. The next slide. It is the system that we have considered to create the Faith for Earth initiative and thus the Faith for Earth Coalition. The people, the planet, the peace, prosperity, and doing that in partnership is at the central stage of all what we do. We want to bring the like-minded people, the diversity that we are talking about, but unified in one approach and in one goal that we need to achieve, which is leaving behind, not only leaving behind, we want to live in a planet that sustains us currently. And of course, leaving it behind for generations to come. And today I have heard that our goal is not the 15 years to come. Our goal is eternity. And this is the goal and objective of all religions. They work until eternity, until God takes back his gift from earth. The second slide is a statement that we have come up when we created the Faith for Earth initiative. We want to inspire and be inspired by faith leaders. We want to strengthen the engagements with faith-based organizations to implement at least the global agenda that we have at the moment, the 2030 agenda and the Sustainable Development Goals. And the vision to do so is a world where all creations live in balance. And from here, the next slide shows that the three main objectives of the initiative is to inspire action by and with faith actors and work on, as my director said yesterday, on greening the faith assets and investments, the fourth largest economic power on earth. And we have to bridge or build bridges actually between science and faith and scholars and so on. And the following slide talks about the intended outputs of the initiative, the first of which is the creation of a Faith for Earth coalition that we are discussing during this conference. But also importantly, that we need this work to be integrated within the programs and systems and priorities of the UN Environment Program to become a modality for work. It's not only a standalone initiative. We want all of our scientists to refer and work with faith leaders in the implementation of and dealing with environmental priorities. We want, of course, as many has started doing, is the rechanneling the investments of faith-based organizations into becoming impact and positive impact investments. And of course, work on or with the scientific coalition in terms of building that bridge that I have just mentioned. The following slide